So, if you're leading an association, there's a question you're either asking right now or, trust me, you're about to be asked. It's this. Why are we paying so much for our software when AI can just build it for us? And you know what? It's a really tempting idea. But it might just be the most expensive free lunch your organization ever considers.
Okay, let's just dive right into it. Can you really build your entire association management system, your AMS, the very heart of your organization, with a $20 a month AI tool? I mean, the demos you see online make it look so easy, it's almost like magic. But as we're about to find out, every magic trick has a secret, and this one's a pretty costly one.
So why is this idea so powerful? Why does it keep coming up in boardrooms? Well, it's because the pitch is it's incredibly compelling. It really taps into our desire for more control, for moving faster, and of course, for massive cost savings. It just feels like the obvious next step, right?
The pitch is so seductive. You get low cost, a super fast build, and you're in full control. But the reality for a system this critical is often the complete opposite. You're looking at unpredictable costs that just pop up, maintenance that literally never ends, and total liability for security and compliance. And all of that rests squarely on your shoulders. And look, this pressure isn't just coming from inside your organization. The whole tech world is buzzing with this idea that traditional software as a service, SaaS, where you subscribe to software, is basically obsolete. The story is that AI is just going to make all these established software companies totally irrelevant.
And this is not just talk. This number, it shows you the sheer power of that narrative. In just 1 month, not too long ago, software stocks lost over 730 times billion dollars in value. A big part of that was because investors got spooked, worried that these simple AI tools could replace complex business applications. This hype has very real, very big financial consequences.
So where does this DIY dream really fall apart? It's in what we're calling the last mile marathon. You see, getting a basic app to work, that's the easy part. But turning it into a secure, reliable system that your members actually depend on, well, that's a whole different race, and it's a long one. And this right here is the absolute crucial distinction. An AI tool can spit out a prototype, no problem. But your AMS is not a prototype. It's your system of record. It is the single authoritarian source of truth for every member, every payment, and every single interaction. The stakes, they're infinitely higher.
And with a system of record comes this immense responsibility. When you build it yourself, security, data governance, and compliance are 100% on you. We're talking about things like PCI DSS compliance for handling credit cards. That stuff requires constant vulnerability scanning, penetration testing. With a vendor, that's their job. With a DIY system, it becomes yours.
And then there's this hidden cost. A lot of these AI coding tools get you stuck in this incredibly frustrating loop. The AI generates code, but it has a bug. So you pay credits to have the AI fix the bug. But that fix creates a new bug. You're literally paying the AI to fix its own mistakes over and over. And the time your staff wastes on this, that cost is just enormous.
I want you to just think about this for a second. It's 11 p.m. on a Friday night. It's the last day of your membership renewal drive. A member can't log in. Who fixes it? Who's on call? And when a critical piece of software that your system depends on gets an update that breaks everything, who's responsible for patching it? Maintenance isn't a one-time thing. It is a forever commitment.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. Jason Lemkin, the founder of Sastra, he put it perfectly. Getting that first version up and running, that's maybe 2% of the total effort. The other 98%, the really hard part, is that endless cycle of maintenance and scaling and security audits and adding the features that your members actually need. And this really shows why that 98% is so hard. An AMS is not just one thing. It is a deeply interconnected system. Your dues billing has to talk to event registration, which has to sync with certification tracking, and all of that has to feed into financial reporting. A simple text prompt to an AI just can't replicate decades of this kind of complex, interconnected logic. It's just not possible. Okay, so if building your own is basically a trap, what's the alternative? Let's pivot for a second and look at the real strategic play here. What are the associations that are really getting this right? What are they actually doing?
This data from Gartner is just fascinating. So despite all that SaaS dead hype, a whopping 82% of growing organizations are actually planning to increase their software spending. They're focusing on things like AI integration and IT security, exactly the things that proven vendors are best at delivering. They are investing, not divesting.
And this totally reframes the conversation. The question isn't a simple build versus buy. It's a much deeper, more strategic choice about your entire operating model. Are you going to rip out the core of your operations for an experiment? Or are you going to enhance the foundation that you already have in place? So here it is, the crucial point. The really smart move is to leverage AI to make your existing systems better. Your AMS vendors, they are already building AI in to do things like predict which members are at risk of leaving or to personalize content. You get the benefits of AI without taking on the monumental risk of building and maintaining the whole engine yourself.
All right, let's bring this all together. The next time that question comes up in a board meeting, you now have a path forward. You can take it from a simple, tactical question to a much more powerful strategic answer.
And this is the question you can leave them with. Instead of seeing your current technology as this sunk cost or a problem that needs to be replaced, what if you saw it as the foundation for your future solution? It's a really powerful shift in perspective, and it opens up a much smarter conversation about innovation.
Ultimately, it all comes down to this. AI coding tools are incredible for building prototypes, for little internal utilities. But your system of record, the platform that manages your member trust, your revenue, your critical data, that is not the place for a science project. It absolutely requires a purpose-built, secure, and supported solution. Now, if this whole conversation feels a little too familiar, or if you know it's coming down the pike, the key is not to try and figure it out alone. The right answer really depends on your organization's specific systems, your data, and your goals. For expert guidance, you can explore the free frameworks and scorecards in the SmartThoughts AMS Selection Toolkit, or you can just call them directly at 817-523-9801 to help you find the right path forward.